welcome back to the Benchwarmers podcast. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host Josh Sykes.
Hi, Gab.
Alright, and also once again joined by the co-host Henry Charlton.
Hi.
Henry, it's been quite a while to say the least.
Yeah, you didn't invite me.
Yeah, anyway. Moving on then quickly. As usual, we're going to be talking through our predictions for last week. Well, we're not. I don't know why I start with that. We actually only did one result which we got right, and I didn't get any right. And Henry,
Which one was that?
Henry didn't show up. It was...
No, I got it right.
No, we was the predictions for like the fixtures 29th of June and that. We got one. I got one correct actually this week, which was Brighton Man U. I predicted 3-0 Man U. It finished 3-0 Man U. Yeah, that was very depressing. I don't know why.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking through the next weekend's fixtures coming up, and we're doing our predictions whilst also quickly scanning through the weekend, which has just been, this is a terrible intro, with the Premier League and Championship, and just going through that.
Yeah, so I'll start with the Premier League on the 4th of July. Norwich City 0, Brighton 1, Manchester United 5. Mason Greenwood had an absolute blinder.
Bradford lad.
And Bournemouth 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen his goal. I've seen the one where he's like on the wing and hits it, and the keeper like.
He's such like a gifted finisher.
For his age,
Jesus.
He's in his prime right now, and he's only 17 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he's just a 2-foot player, and that was 5-2 Man U against Bournemouth.
Great goal by Stanislas where he put it through the legs of Harry Maguire and then past the keeper.
I can't remember who scored it. I think it might have even been Callum Wilson.
But that was a beautiful goal. That's one of mine.
No, it was Stanislas. You're right.
That's what I do in Sunday League every week.
Brilliant. Right. Leicester City. Jesus Christ. Leicester City 3, Crystal Palace 0, Wolves 0, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 3, Watford 0. On to Sunday, Burnley 1, Sheffield United 1. Good God, that sounds like a boring game. Newcastle 2, West Ham 2, Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 0. Clearly Liverpool weren't as drunk as they were against Man City. Southampton 1, Manchester City 0.
Yeah, then is that all?
No, I was just about to start talking about that game a little bit. It's the first time Pep Guardiola in his career has lost 3 away games in a row. Yeah, and finally on Monday it was Tottenham 1, Everton 0. Several VAR decisions in that game, or am I thinking of a different game? I can't remember.
Was that when there was a fight between Son and Lloris?
Yes, there was.
Yeah, bit of controversy. I'm saying, is it Amazon Prime who are doing a documentary on Tottenham this year? Are they gonna have
what a series!
Eric Dyer running into a crowd to fight someone. Some versus Lloris is bust up. Obviously Mourinho going on.
Pochettino getting sacked on camera.
Snapping his arm.
Exactly. We should do a live reaction.
That's gonna be. We'll keep talking about doing live reactions, and we never do it. We just don't have time.
We'll do a reaction of Sunderland Till I Die.
I've never seen it.
We'll do a reaction of your funeral. How does that sound?
What? I have no relevance. Moving on to the Championship then. League Sunderland can't get into because Tin Pot Club. Charlton lost to their local London rivals Millwall 1-0. Big game again of a rival.
Starting on Friday, aren't you?
Yeah, that's Friday.
Right,
and a big rivalry, Derby County against Nottingham Forest. Obviously, I think it was Chris Martin. Any you know?
Who the hell's Chris Martin?
Yeah, right. Great. Yeah, well, Chris Martin. Scored in the 98th minute to get a point for Derby against Nottingham Forest. Stoke bet Barnsley 4-0. Brentford bet Wigan Athletic 3-0. Going to talk about Wigan in a bit. Luton obviously lost 5-0 to Reading. Not a great day at Kenilworth Road for the no fans. Huddersfield drew 0-0 with Preston. Any thoughts on that?
It was actually it was a solid defensive performance apparently. You got Christian getting a team at week. It was a solid performance at defensive wise, just a shame we can't score.
We'll take it, we'll have it.
I think obviously with Town also drawing against Reading, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Reading last night.
We're doing alright.
Yeah, they're starting to get back on track. I think they will be staying up, unfortunately for me now. Fulham bet Birmingham 1-0. Cardiff City bet Bristol City 1-0. Obviously I think that it was that game which led to Lee Johnson's sacking, which is a shame. I really like him as a manager. Leeds United bet Blackburn Rovers 3-1. Swansea bet Sheffield Wednesday 2-1. QPR did well for Huddersfield, bet Middlesbrough 1-0, and West Brom against Hull City won 4-2. Actually watched that game. Hull were really unlucky. I thought that honestly they pushed West Brom right to the wall. Even though West Brom did score 4 goals, once Hull sorts out their defence, if they do go down, I think they'll be bouncing straight back up. If I'm completely honest. But yeah, that's all the results from the weekend in terms of the Championship and the Premier League.
Yeah. So now we're going to go on to predicting this weekend, so starting on the 11th of July, Premier League fixtures. So, and I've just realised I need 3 colours because Henry's here and all, innit?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
How have you been, Henry, since you've not been on the podcast?
Oh, I've been fantastic, mate.
No, you haven't. You've been crying.
Yeah,
What?
so he cried to us every night.
Don't talk about that. Bloody hell.
But yeah, just a bit of clarification. I'm sure Henry's in the same boat as me here. We don't know anything about the Premier League. Got to be completely honest with you. Yeah, and Sykes is just... and Jack also has no idea what's going on half the time, so we're not really sure what's going to be happening here.
Well, I heard about a Champions League. I don't know what that is.
Irrelevant now.
You are irrelevant.
Right then, so
I love you, Jack.
Oh my god.
should we start with Norwich West Ham?
Yeah.
Who's going first?
Henry.
West Ham's winning.
Yeah, but what score?
1-0 is going to be a boring game.
1-0 West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think West Ham obviously beat Chelsea, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then drew with someone else at the weekend, I can't remember who, but I think it's only going to be a West Ham win. I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham. You do love to see it, you do.
Yeah, I do think West Ham will win, but I do think Norwich stick a chance of potentially getting one with Timo Pukki. Todd Campbell's playing alright at the minute, so I'm going to say it's going to be 2-1 to West Ham. The next game is Watford-Newcastle. Henry.
They're both pretty mediocre. I think it's going to be a draw. 2-2.
You're a bit of a shock.
2-2? It's not really mediocre, that, is it? Jesus. Gav.
I don't know any of the results of Watford or Newcastle. I think Newcastle beat someone at the weekend.
4-1.
4-1, yeah, right, I'll go with that. For that, I'm just going to go alone. They've got momentum. I'm going to go for 2-0. Newcastle, I don't really see how Watford are going to get anything out of that game.
Now you see, I'm the complete opposite. After Danny Welbeck's overhead kick the other day.
I didn't even know Watford players, not going to lie to you.
Yeah, Watford played yesterday, scored an overhead kick. It was actually it was a very, very good finish. I'm going to say it's going to be 1-0 Watford.
Tell you what, Watford having Craig Dawson scoring over a kick and now Danny Welbeck. It's all the players of the past.
I know. Danny Welbeck hasn't scored a Premier League goal since August 2018.
Christ. He was going to be the next big thing as well when he was at Man United.
I know. Right. Henry, Liverpool-Burnley. And speak up, because that microphone is not picking up a word you're saying.
I think Burnley might... No, it's Liverpool. 5-0.
5-0 Liverpool?
Yeah.
5-0?
Yeah.
I'm actually going with Henry.
It's only Burnley.
Liverpool, they're going to obviously back to being sober now after the Man City result beats.
I made that joke.
Someone 2-0. It's now another joke. I feel like for this, it's only going to go one way. I'm going to go 4-0 Liverpool.
1-0 Liverpool. I'm gonna disagree.
What?
It's not going to be a high score, and it's going to be 2-0 Liverpool.
Oh, if you're going to say Burnley win.
No. I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't surprise me. Liverpool, they're a bit up and down at the minute in terms of they didn't exactly play brilliantly against Aston Villa, but Burnley are just a solid defensive team, and I can't see them scoring. You could be getting 5 off, even 4 past Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley have got a very good wall of a defence with Ben Mee and I don't even know who else plays. James Tarkowski, yeah. Former Oldham. Yeah.
Jack Sharp's in there, doesn't he?
But I think they have got a good defence. But however, Liverpool, they can be rampant when they want to be rampant.
Yeah, definitely. So the next fixture is Sheffield United Chelsea. Henry.
Chelsea are going to win. Don't laugh at me. 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I mean, obviously, Sheffield United are a very good team. Jack's saying 2-1. So I'm actually going to agree with Jack here. I'm not to Sheffield United. I'm going to go 2-1 to Chelsea, though. I feel like Christian Pulisic is in good form. Obviously, they're on quite a high form now.
Yeah.
Don't know where I'm going with that.
No, I haven't got a clue where you're going with that. I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. I do think Christian Pulisic could get one.
What do you think of Chelsea's new kit?
I haven't seen it. They brought out a away kit, didn't they?
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen it. I saw it.
They've got the home kit where it's all blue. They got the 3 logo and then it's like black. So I do.
Is it that light blue one?
It's that.
I like it. I think the sponsor.
We're looking at the Chelsea home kit for next year. If you didn't know, what do you think?
I think it's really nice. I like the sponsor, and I think it actually works really well with the actual kit. I'm guessing that's the away kit as well. That blue one, that light blue one.
The light blue one is, yeah.
I like that too.
Kit now.
I think Chelsea will smash that. If you want to see us do an episode about all the kits, then let us know because they're coming out pretty soon. I think Bradford's is coming out next week.
Good grief. Right, the next game is Brighton Manchester City. Henry.
Man City are going to win. Actually, no. Brighton are going to win 2-0. If they're losing to what? If they're losing to Southampton, Brighton are going to beat them.
If you're alright, I'll let you punch me next podcast.
You love to see it. It's going to happen.
I'm going to go Man City win.
Remember this.
I'm going to go just 1-0. I think Brighton. They're in decent form. They bet Arsenal recently. I don't follow any of the other results, but I'm going to go for 1-0 Man City.
I think it's going to be 3-0 Man City. I just
That's
can't
boring.
see them getting anything. And what I am going to do is write onto here, if this tick...
This is my point. Only on the arm. I'm not having it in the face. I've got to protect this, you know.
Henry
You're single now, you don't need it.
punches.
Whilst she's doing that, if this episode,
Gab.
if you're watching this on YouTube, it's, as you can see, we've got 2 mics going. That one's for YouTube and that one's for the Anchor, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you do want to just listen to it while you're doing something else and don't actually have to watch the video and see our gorgeous faces, other than Sykes, then you can just watch it on Spotify, Anchor or Apple Podcasts. There'll be a link in the description anyway. So, yeah.
So on to Sunday. Wolves Everton. Henry.
That's a Wolves win. Wolves are pretty in form right now, you know? They're pretty high in the table. They're going to win.
Yeah, I think...
I need to score though.
1-0.
I'm going to actually go against that, obviously. I'm looking at results now. Everton did beat Leicester, who are in really good form, obviously.
No, they're not.
A big... Oh, the Bet Crystal Palace?
They're not in good form.
The Bet Crystal Palace?
Yeah, they're absolutely shocking at the minute, Leicester.
Okay, Everton. If Leicester are a better team than Everton, and Everton bet Leicester, to say the least. And whilst Wolves have lost to Arsenal, which was quite a shock result in a way, and obviously they're playing Sheffield United tomorrow, which I can't really see them winning, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Everton. I think it'll be a bit of a shock, to say the least.
I think it's just going to be a straightforward 1-1, if I'm honest.
What?
Everton are in decent form at the minute under Ancelotti. They've got some good players coming through, and Ancelotti's working quite well with them. Wolves, on the other hand, they lost to Arsenal. I think they won again at the weekend, but they're just kind of... They're up and down in form at the minute. They're challenging for Europe, but at the end of the day, Everton, I think, maybe want to try and squeeze into 8th, 7th spot even.
Yeah.
So...
It'll be a late push for them.
Yeah, I do think they could get some out of the game, but I can't see the team winning, if I'm honest. Right, the next game is a mediocre clash between Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. Henry.
Whoa. That's... yeah, mediocre. It's going to be a draw. 0-0.
Yeah, I think Palace 14th place, Villa 18th place. It's not looking good for Villa, to say the least. 4 points.
They had a good run.
4 points adrift to Watford. I mean, I think they have one of the nicest kits in the Premier League this season, but it wasn't enough.
That doesn't...
Obviously.
So it doesn't give you a point of
I'm going to go 1-0 Palace. I don't see how Villa... I mean, was it Zaha who scored a beautiful goal?
Yeah.
25 yards. Oh,
That were naughty, that. I think if he can pull something out like that again, then yeah, easy win for Palace.
Yeah. No, I can see Palace winning. I'm going to actually agree with Gab. I'm going to say 1-0. I don't think it's going to be a massive score, but I can see Crystal Palace winning it. So, probably the game of the weekend, the North London derby. Tottenham-Arsenal. Henry.
Arsenal. Tottenham don't have the best track record against beating Arsenal. They usually get a draw or they lose. And I think they're going to keep it like that, and Arsenal are going to win. 3-1.
I think Arsenal are coming into good form right now. Obviously, drew Leicester, who are higher in the table than them. Obviously, beat Wolves as well. I think right now, Tottenham, the head's not with it, with the Son and Lloris bust up. Obviously, everything's not going great at the club right now, with people wanting Mourinho out for not getting the club really into
But you know, they've picked up more points
position.
than Chelsea since
Did you get it?
picked up.
Anyway, I'm going to go with Henry. Not about the result. I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. But for me, right now, the pride of London, it's going to be a bit of a big shock, is Chelsea. But the pride of North London, is it North London?
Yeah. So I said the North London derby.
Yeah, I completely forgot. Is Arsenal. I just don't see how Tottenham are going to get anything out of this.
Tottenham are winning it 1-0.
Oh, but he can't, apparently.
Yeah, I can just see Tottenham getting something out of it. It's typical Mourinho to not be playing well and then to suddenly just pluck an amazing result out of thin air.
Yeah.
So I can just see Tottenham winning it because Mourinho's I wouldn't say the master, but you know,
question
he's the manager.
for Gabriel: if Mourinho's at Super Bowl, who do you think is?
Chris Hughton.
Anyway,
No, I think what's the Atletico Madrid match called? Is it Diego
Simeone?
I think he deserves a chance in Premier League. Obviously, he might not want to leave Atletico Madrid, a lot
he
bigger
won't leave
club
Atletico Madrid.
than Tottenham. No, I'm not saying Josh Sykes. He's not going to shot for the Tottenham job.
Oh, thank you.
But,
Jack.
I think that man needs
Yeah,
to come
they
to
do play
Premier
very
League.
boring
in my opinion.
football.
Pass it right back.
Right, the penultimate game of the round of fixtures is Bournemouth-Leicester. Henry.
Leicester. They're doing
What a
really good.
game.
Did you see that Leicester-Everton game where James Maddison came on in when was it?
I'm seeing the
He came
highlights.
on late in the game and he's played class. He's like me at Blamen FC, you know. Anyway, Leicester are gonna win 2-0.
Yeah, obviously Vardy joined the 100 club. He's now a Centurion. Is that you pronounce it Centurion? Centurion?
Yeah.
Something like that. He's now got his 100th goal in the Premier League, which is a great achievement. He won't care, but congratulations to everyone at Benchwarmers.
101st now, actually.
Exactly.
He scored against Arsenal.
I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester. Yeah. Bournemouth are rubbish, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I can say being 2-1. I can see Bournemouth getting something because they're not. Leicester aren't in brilliant form at the minute. They are very shaky at the back, as they proved against. No, as they proved against Arsenal, you've got Johnny Evans decided to deck it for Saka to score it across the goal to Aubameyang to tap it into another net. So
Saka, by the way, Saka. Is it Saka?
Saka,
by the way. What a player for his age. Him versus Mason Greenwood, Ballon d'Or 2030.
Interesting fact, only 2 players have more assists in all competitions this season in the Premier League than Saka. De Bruyne has 18 in all competitions, Trent has 14, Saka has 12.
What, is he third in the Premier League assists?
In terms, no, all competitions for Premier League
players,
he's third.
Say what, how old is he? He's 17, isn't he? 18, he's literally 1 year older than us, which says everything. We're currently sat doing a dead end podcast while he's making money.
Thanks, guys.
And smashing it week in, week out.
Thanks for watching.
The final game is Manchester United, Southampton. Can Manchester United...
Bless you.
You're right, Jack.
Right.
Rephrase that. Can Southampton do over another Manchester club?
Can Southampton invade Manchester?
I think the answer is no.
Okay, but I didn't ask you, Henry.
What the hell?
Honestly, I'd say right now, Man United are a better club than Man City, and I think Man United are just going to give Southampton a loss.
Big
Southampton are going to lose by 5 goals.
5-0 Man United?
Yep.
5-0.
To be fair, in terms of goal scoring, Man United beat Brighton 3-0, obviously, then they beat Bournemouth 5-2. Greenwood's in the form of his life right now. I don't know if they're injured, Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. I heard something happened, like the clotted at training. They're fine. Yeah. I think with them two right now and Greenwood, that is a team and a half. And I agree with them. Right now, Man United are playing better than Man City, in my opinion. Even though Man City...
It's got like an insane... Like, Man United turned around so much. You've got Pogba and Fernandes feeding into players like Rashford, Martial and Greenwood.
There's so much potential in that side. If they can... Alright,
they need a defence.
Not going to be awful to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't think he's managed for the job. But in Diego Simeone...
He hasn't made a bad transfer.
Yeah, he hasn't, but even Fred's paying off now, which obviously wasn't at first.
No, to be fair, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, at first I didn't rate him. I thought he was a wrong appointment. He was alright for the time to come in temporarily before he came out. Pochettino comes in or someone like him comes in. But he's proved himself. I wouldn't say he's an amazing manager, but what I can say is he's proved the doubters wrong. Manchester United are playing brilliant football at the minute. He's brought an identity back to the team which has been lost since Ferguson left. And overall, Manchester United, their front three have scored more combined goals this season than Liverpool's.
Where'd you get these stats from?
The internet.
You have a look in.
He just guesses. Also alright.
I don't. You see it on Twitter and things like that.
Well confused. But yeah, I agree. I mean, when he comes into the club, obviously people are like, "Oh, who's managed Cardiff City and some Icelandic team, whoever they are." You think Mulder, who? And you think small club than Bradford. You think to yourself, not the man for a massive club at Man United. You need one of these big names. Zinedine Zidane, can't say his name. Someone like that. But they got him, and I mean, it's working for them. Club legend, doing well for them. Reminds me of Bradford, not to bring them into the equation again. Bradford. I already said it. Did I?
No.
For Man United.
I think Man U are going to win.
Scott.
Sorry, I'm just writing it down. But I can see Southampton getting one. I don't think Man U's defence is amazing. So I can see Manchester United, they're going to batter them. I can see it being 3-1. But I do think Southampton will score purely for the fact that they've got Danny Ings up front. He's playing good football at the minute.
I mean, yeah, he's really come out of the shell since he joined Southampton from Liverpool.
Yeah, definitely.
Could have been Huddersfield legend.
Yes, Henry, because that microphone definitely picked that up. So yeah, let us know in the comment section below on Anchor, whatever you're watching this on or listening to us on, if you think we're right or what you would
change.
Yeah,
to a big football scandal then. We've got Wigan Athletic, who this week have officially announced they've gone into administration.
Yes! We need
Condolences. Condolences from everyone at the Benchwarmers podcast. Everyone. Oh my god. Right, we can never have a Wigan fan come on the podcast then.
I gotta make sure I don't know anyone who likes Wigan.
Jesus, I've lost it now because I've been completely thrown off. But I did have a thread of everything that's happened to Wigan, and I've lost it. So we've completely bottled this. 1 second. There we go. Mark Sparko has on Twitter done a big thread about what has actually happened to the club, and so we can get a better understanding. In 2018, Dave Whelan, who was is now the ex-Wigan Athletic owner, sold Wigan to Hong Kong-based International Entertainment Corporation, who specialise in gambling. You can see where this is going. Who is owned by a professional poker player, Stanley Choi. Great name. In 2020, the club officially changed their hands to the next leader, which is basically just they're giving majority shares funds to someone else. It's so confusing. Moving past all the money problems, because I don't understand any money. Failed maths 3 times.
It really is awful.
But yeah, basically, a guy called Ao Young Wai Kai.
Brilliant.
Do you want to say that again?
Ao Young Wai Kai came out and said he's always dreamed of owning a football club in Lancashire, which is a bit of a weird thing to say, which obviously nobody believes.
Of all the places.
But he paid £17 million for the club, plus £28 million in loan repayments, which is approximately £45 million.
So you're not that bad at maths, but you've got it in front of you.
It's should written down here. And then he owned the club for 7 days before placing them into administration.
Wait, he's owned the club for 7 days?
Yes.
And took over a week before Stoke game?
Yeah, and then everyone's basically saying, why would he do that? And then basically the head of the EFL, who is Richard Parry, who's known for being a bit of a not great character, a video was released of him in the Philippines saying that he knows what's going on at Wigan Athletic. He knows this new owner, who's called Ao Young Wai Kai, has placed a bet on Wigan going down. Of course...
Do you want to say that without looking at the screen?
I can't. I don't want to be racist. But basically, this guy has basically put a bet on for Wigan Athletic to go down. Wigan have had a really good season. They're in great form before all this happened.
Yeah.
They were going to stay up, obviously, unlike
they beat Stoke 3-0.
Exactly.
They've come back after the break in exceptional form. It's just a shame that this has happened.
They lost to... Who was it? Brentford?
Irrelevant.
Under Cook.
It's good for us.
Like Jack. Under Cook. Under the manager Cook, I can't remember if it's Paul Cook or Steve Cook. I'm pretty sure it's Paul Cook. Who's Steve Cook? Is that the Bournemouth defender? Yeah. Under Paul Cook, then the manager, it might have been Paul. They've been in great form. They've got a great team. Obviously, they're not been a bit of a yo-yo club. So for them to be doing this and actually staying up is great. Hopefully, they're getting back to the Premier League. Paul Cook. There we go. Did I say Paul?
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, someone's put a bet on them to go down. They were doing well. They're not going to go down. So now, Josh, you know the thing about the EFL I completely forgot.
Yeah, I've got it here. So, obviously, due to the penalty being set in EFL rules, if a club goes into administration, they automatically award a 12-point deduction. It just varies on when that point deduction will take place. In Wigan's situation, should Wigan finish outside of the bottom 3, the 12-point deduction will take place this season. Should they finish in the relegation zone, the 12-point deduction will take place at the start of next season. So, based on the current league standings, if the season were to finish today, Wigan would be given the point deduction, and it would see them plummet from 16th place to bottom of the table.
Jesus. It's great news for Huddersfield Town.
But we're outside the relegation zone anyway, so if they're finishing out, we'll be buzzing.
Excuse me, Bradford fan. Be quiet.
So,
let us talking.
So, let's say Wigan need to finish more than 12 points outside of the relegation zone for them to be a championship club next season. They have to. If they finish anything less than 12 points, they will be in the relegation zone. It's as straightforward as that, really.
Yeah.
However, and I've lost the bloody page now.
Right.
We're very professional.
If they do go down, if say they obviously finish in the relegation zone, which is quite unlikely, without this point deduction because they're doing quite well, then that 12-point deduction would start next season. So they'd be starting from minus 12 points. Is that right?
Yeah.
So like what Bolton Wanderers have done, obviously it's doing Bolton. Bolton are now in League 2. Just got a new manager, Ian Ever, who's a great appointment. I'm not going to go into that. But on top of the whole ownership problem then, the owners of Super League side Wigan Warriors are apparently bidding for Wigan Athletic to try and save the club. Obviously they've said we strongly believe Wigan Athletic is better being locally owned. Completely agree. However, Wigan Warriors, the owners, they're not actually that wealthy. So if they were to take over Wigan might be more established as a League 1 / Championship side rather than what they want to be, which is a Premier League / Championship side, if that makes sense. Because they want to be a West Ham, who's another Crystal Palace, someone who's gone up in the Premier League and actually stayed up and done well. However, right now they're not in that position because of these owners. But it begs the question about the EFL need to be doing proper fit and structured looks into these owners. You need to make sure that they are the right people to take over this club, because if not, we'll see another Oldham happen, another Bolton, Bury, Portsmouth, all these clubs have had it done to them. Even Bradford. I've been at Bradford a lot.
Reading this, that Wigan are screwed. So Wigan Athletic Administrator Gerald Krasner has said the club today have appealed against their 12-point deduction. Obviously, I said that it would happen this season should they finish outside of the bottom three. So the administrator said the only grounds we have is force majeure. No idea what that is. This situation was totally unexpected, so we believe this case applies. I'm guessing it means like it was kind of like imminent. I don't really know. So the EFL will also investigate how the Latics have ended up in the Latics, whatever. What is it?
The Latics.
The Latics.
They are the proper Latics.
Okay, the Latics have ended up in administration. Here we go. Force majeure events are usually defined as certain acts, events or circumstances beyond the control of involved parties, such as a natural disaster, war or pandemic. And they're putting theirs down to the COVID-19 pandemic, thus it applies. So, in addition, Wigan are facing a further point deduction of up to 15 points. Yeah. So a further 15 points.
As well as 12 points?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Should a new owner fail to pay 25% of the money owed to non-football creditors. In a statement, the EFL said it acknowledges it is a difficult time for any club to be placed in administration, particularly in the midst of COVID-19, but is mindful that its regulations are to be applied consistently and equally to all member clubs irrespective of the circumstances. So Wigan have made 75 support staff redundant. The owners have said...
What's happening?
No, because I'm trying to work out what the owners have actually said. So in a statement, businessman Ao Young Wei Kai, who heads Wigan's owners' next leader fund, said he's invested more than 40 million into the club and blamed the coronavirus pandemic for the decision for it to be put in administration. He said Wigan Athletic is a wonderful football club with rich history and passionate fan base. We bought Wigan Athletic with the best intentions to create a team that will get the club back to the Premier League. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 crisis has severely impacted people and businesses around the world, and Championship football clubs who rely on fans coming through the turnstiles are no exception. This has fundamentally... Oh my God, this is a long statement. This has fundamentally undermined our ability to fund Wigan Athletic and, after struggling to find a solution, in the end took the difficult decision to put the club into administration to ensure its survival. The administrators are now doing everything they can to find a new owner who will secure the future of Wigan Athletic for the sake of many thousands of devoted Latics fans and the local community.
Latics.
Thank you.
Latics.
Sorry for that, everyone. Sorry about that.
But Wigan are a great club. I mean, someone's tweeted out here saying how his dad literally got called by Paul Cook, the manager. His dad had contracted the coronavirus, obviously, which is a shame. But his dad was called by the managers, basically just having a conversation about the club, about how he hopes it gets better. It just shows about the club. It's a good club together. I've said the word club way too many times.
Kind-hearted. That's what you want.
Yeah, kind-hearted they are.
You want a club that gives back to its fans.
I mean, another bit of bad news to Wigan is that, this is completely a bit off topic, but their left back Anthony Robinson, who was a great player, was linked with AC Milan in January. He's currently being scouted thoroughly by Leicester and West Ham for approximately 10 to 15 million, which it'd be a good move for him to at least, because he's only 22 years old, but that could actually help contribute to saving the club. But if they're going to have to be selling their best players to stay afloat in the league because of the way the EFL's dealt with the situation, then obviously it's going to affect the squad and the strength that they have. And they will just become another yo-yo club like they already have been for so many years now.
It was only 7 years ago that Wigan won the FA Cup. But obviously, what has surrounded this whole the whole point of Wigan being administration is why were the owners able to take charge of Wigan should they not be fit and proper, which clearly this has shown they're not.
Yeah.
So someone from the EFL has said that there was no reason to believe he wasn't fit and proper, and he was perfectly acceptable as an owner. There was nothing to suggest anything untoward. He made the financial commitment. We verified he had the wherewithal. Guessing that's money. Clearly, what we can't legislate is for people changing their mind. To be fair to IEC, they put £24 million of funding to support the club since they took over. So there was nothing to suggest that this had been promised. So there's nothing to suggest that the support had been promised wouldn't be forthcoming. He's just said they haven't been able to get in touch with the owners, blah, blah, blah. That was all made on Talksport.
Going back on to what Josh said about the EFL, Rick Parry, who we talked about before, Richard Parry, he actually came out and said there's nothing that the EFL could have done to save Wigan Athletic, but at the end of the day, he knew about the bet which was going on. He knew that these owners, while they did have money, but that's not all you need. They didn't carry out a proper fit and proper persons test. They didn't need to stop.
According to them, they did.
Well, they did. They said that about that Lauren. What's his name? Jack? Is it Laurent Bassina? Lawrence Bassina, who was in charge of Watford. He was awful towards him in the end, and now he's in talks to take over Bolton. He was Oldham at one point, and now he's in talks to talk with Wigan. He's got something for Lancashire. What can we say? One of the only few people in the world, but yeah, I mean, the EFL needs to do more with these situations, and it's other than Henry. We're all very sad about this news.
No. It's a joke, guys. It's good for Huddersfield, but I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, guys.
Just stop talking, Henry. Yeah, you keep digging, mate.
So we're talking about our favourite topic of the week now. We're talking about non-league football. Me and Jack absolutely loving this. But yeah, in case you guys don't know, and you've been living under a rock, the best league in the world, the National League, they've got playoffs coming up because, of course, they decide it by points per game. National League, North and South, also the exact same. But yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about that. So in case you don't know about the playoffs in the non-league sort of structure, it's very, very complicated. What happens is there's 6 teams in it, where basically I think it's 7th versus 4th, and then 5th versus 6th, and then 3rd and 2nd play whoever wins 4th against 7th and 5th against 6th, and then it goes into the final from that. It's very complicated and very drawn out, to be honest with you, but the first game will be Boreham Wood, who I want to win and to go up against Halifax Town in the first game. Second game will be Yeovil Town against Barnet, and basically the winner of Boreham Wood versus Halifax Town will play Harrogate Town. The winner of Yeovil Town versus Barnet will play in Notts County, and then obviously whoever wins between Harrogate and either Boreham or Halifax will be against whoever wins against Notts County or Yeovil or Barnet. Thanks, Emma. But then it's literally the exact same in the National League North. Altrincham versus Chester, Brackley versus Gateshead. Winner of Altrincham versus Chester playing York. Winner of Brackley versus Gateshead playing Boston United, who we are rooting for.
We are rooting for Boston.
Come on, Richard. And then the National League South, it's Slough Town versus Dartford. What a game. Winner of that game will play in Havant and Waterlooville. And Bath City versus Dorking Wanderers. Winner of that will play in Weymouth. Yes. And basically that's what's happening. It's the finals will be played at Wembley Stadium, which is obviously good because
who fancies predicting?
That was one of my questions. But yeah, obviously these, not to be harsh, these two don't really know as much as myself or Jack about non-league football.
I don't know anything
because we absolutely thrive off it. It is the best league in the world.
You're only saying this because Bradford's going to be this.
I can't wait for it. I want us to go down. Come on, McCall, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Get us into National League.
Imagine you get like a press conference from
National League and FIFA.
Oh, exactly. Solihull Moors away. Oh my god. Yes, please.
You get a press conference from McCall saying, "Oh, what happened? What made you go down?" He's like, "I just saw this podcast where this guy asked for me to take the team down."
Go on then.
Go on.
But should we start off there? We're going to start off with the lower leagues just to throw you both off even more. National League South. Obviously, should we go first? Henry, what do you think for? Are you writing this down now?
Yes.
By the way, the playoffs are not going to take place for quite a while. The National League is the August 2nd and 3rd. Just the August 2nd, sorry. And the National League North is August 1st and National League South is August 1st. But we'll start from National League South when Josh is ready. But basically, the teams, they're not big teams, let's be completely honest.
Quality teams.
They're really not.
Who's the first game?
Slough Town are playing Dartford at the Slough Town Stadium.
How the bloody hell do you spell Slough?
SLOUGH.
Thank you.
Christ, even he knew that.
Slough Town versus
Dartford. Just put Dart. But yeah, Henry, what's your...
I put Dartford.
I know how to do this. Alright, Slough Town are heads and Dartford,
Oh my God.
Dartford are tails. Hey Siri, heads or tails? It's not doing it.
He's got to go off his knowledge.
Oh no.
Just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, just completely.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Slough.
okay, what score?
4.
4-0.
Yeah.
What
Jesus
aggregate
Christ.
score 4-0?
Yeah, go on.
Right.
Christ.
Gab.
I've just got the table because I'm honestly clueless on South. Obviously, Slough versus Dartford. Slough are in 5th, 4 points ahead of Dartford in 6th. So I'm gonna have to go over Slough win here. I'm gonna go 2-0 Slough. I think I don't know anything about them. I haven't got any talk about them.
And I know even less, so I'm going to go for Dartford win. Just to chuck it up in the air.
However,
I'm going to go for a 3-1 Dartford win on aggregate.
Dartford have the most environmentally safe stadium in all of England. It's Smith. It's literally made. It's out of. I don't know what it's made out of. It's eco-friendly. It's really eco-friendly because that's just how they are. So respect Dartford. You've got a very good stadium. You're helping save the world. Unlike me, who's drinking plastic drink. Plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic. Yeah.
That is in fact plastic.
What's the next game?
Bath City against Dorking Wanderers.
Bath versus Dorking.
Dorking.
Right.
There you go.
I'm going 4-3 injury time winning Dorking.
Dorking have one of the nicest kits I've ever seen. By the way, it's absolutely beautiful.
I'll back up the Jack. Yeah. I'll go Dorking Wanderers are gonna win. What's gone?
I said 4-3 injury time winning.
Yeah, 4-3 injury time. Yeah.
For me, I think Bath are in 4th. They are 13 points on Dorking in 7th, who just sneaked in. Dorking have lost the last 5 games, and they're in the playoffs.
You never know.
So whereas
did that.
Bath are in decent form to the least, won 3 of the last 5. I'm gonna have to go with a Bath 2-0 victory. I hope the players have a good bath afterwards.
Jesus Christ, please die.
No. Jesus Christ.
Bath are going to win 3-1 on aggregate. Let's move on.
It's good to be back, ladies
Jesus
and
wet.
gents.
Swiftly moving on.
Well, we can't actually guess the next bit because it's Hampton and Waterloo against either Slough or Dartford.
Yes, we can.
Oh, because we're going okay.
Yes, we can.
This isn't the kit, is it?
That is not the kit. What is
I can't find that
It's a
kit.
polo shirt.
Right,
can't
what's
find that
the
kit.
next game?
So it's Havant and Waterlooville, just put Havant, against either Slough or Dartford, whoever we guess to win. I think we all guessed. We guessed Slough and Josh guessed Dartford.
Yes, so Gab, you are going. What are you going for? You're going for.
I mean, Havant and Waterlooville have been, in my opinion, the best team in the league this season, despite the fact they finished second. They're only 3 points behind Wealdstone. They've won 4 of the last 4. I think it's going to be I think Havant and Waterlooville will be the team that go up. I think it'll be 3-0 Havant.
3-0 Havant. You're
Having
green.
a chance, mate. Ha.
3-0.
That was not better than my bath joke. That was never better than my bath joke.
Henry, what are you going to go for?
Havant and Waterlooville are going to win 55-0. Yep.
Right, if you get that right, you tell you what you can put between the first.
Yeah.
55
Christ.
nil. As soon as I put Dartford, I'm going to go for Havant and Waterloo 2, Dartford 0.
Terrific.
What is the next game?
It'll be Weymouth against either Bath City or Dorking Wanderers. What a game.
Weymouth.
I didn't know Weymouth had that good of a season, but...
Weymouth versus Bath or Dorking.
Can we go to... Oh, it's a close yours. Go see Dorking play.
Right. So, Henry, you said that Dorking would win that game, so...
Dorking are taking it all the way, boys.
What's the score going to be?
They're gonna win. They're gonna win by 6 goals.
To 0.
Yep.
Brilliant.
This is one of the most fun playoffs you've ever seen. That's 61 goals, by the way. 2 games for every.
Right, Gab, you predicted Bath, so...
I mean, I don't know. 1-0 Bath. I think it'll be Bath versus Havant in the final.
And I'm going to go for 2-1 Weymouth.
Fun fact about Havant, Waterlooville and Bath. Sykes haven't had a bath in...
He does smell a bit.
I mean, I have showers, Gab.
It wasn't even Graham.
He does.
Sykes
haven't had a bath.
Sykes, what about you?
I've said Weymouth 2-1 against Bath. Now I've got to work out how the hell I'm going to do this. So,
that English A-level's really paying off in there, Gabriel.
God's sake.
Henry predicted for the final Havant versus
Don't ask him.
Dartford.
Dorking.
Alright, sorry.
I don't know that. You're Dorking. You bleed.
Dorking. Gab predicted Havant
Dorking up the wrong tree.
It makes sense.
versus
Doing jokes in this
Bath.
If you didn't hear, Jack just said Dorking up the wrong tree. I need everyone to know that you said that.
and I predicted Havant versus Weymouth.
So we've all got Havant in the final, which I'm sure.
Where
Why,
you
because
shut your mouth.
I don't want to have
So, Henry, Havant versus Dorking in the final. Who do you
Dorking
think?
all the way, boys.
Who do you think? What's the score going to be?
Oh no. 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
I've got 55 0 to
I'm going 3-0 Havant.
3-0 who?
3-0 Havant.
Go so.
I'm not putting that score down, sorry, Charlie. You've not predicted any of them.
Gav,
I'm too irrelevant.
Who's in my final?
haven't back.
2-0 Haven't are going to go up, in my opinion. They were in the National League last season.
I will fight you about
So-
this.
I think it's going to finish 3-1 Haven't against Weymouth. That's what I'm putting down. So, yeah.
Right, we've got to do ours again now with the National League and the National League North.
Oh my god.
So, first game, Altrincham versus Chester.
Hold on, I've got a bloody hell. Right. A versus
You're a
C.
guy called Chester.
That'll do.
Nice.
A versus C.
No, not really.
Yeah, right. So Altrincham versus Chester. I'm just going to get the table up quickly. Chester finished 7th in the league, whereas Altrincham were 5th. Altrincham were 3 points. Is that what I said that right? Altrincham.
I haven't got a bloody clue.
Altrincham? Anyway, Altrincham. They are 3 points ahead of Chester, who are in 7th. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go for Chester win. I think.
Altrincham.
No, I'm not gonna go Chester win. I'm gonna go Altrincham win. Chester have just lost their top striker, Akwasi Asante, which Richard told us about on the most recent podcast. He's just gone to Gloucester
Not
City.
our most recent interview.
Yes, he's just gone to Gloucester City to be part of their rebuild job. So I'm gonna have to go with
Gloucester.
He said Gloucester.
Gloucester. Gloucester, isn't it?
Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Okay.
Gloucester.
Apologies. It's like Norwich.
Oh my god,
Nor- Norwich.
we're not doing this again.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to go with Altrincham win. I feel like
What
Chester,
score?
they haven't got it in them. 1-0.
Henry.
Who was playing? Chester. Yeah. Yeah. Go on. Altrincham.
Yeah, go on then.
Altrincham.
Speed it
We're
up.
gonna win 22
Oh my
to
days.
18.
What the hell?
Hey, my life. It's not a rugby game.
Oh, sorry guys.
22-18.
I think I'm pretty.
I'm going to go slightly more realistic, and I'm going to go for 2-0.
Corona.
Altrincham. Oh my days, I'm dying.
Next game is Brackley Town against Gateshead. Of course, me and Jack did go to Gateshead earlier in the season to watch Gateshead versus Oldham Lake, where Oldham literally just won against the National League North team. What a small club. But
You'll take it. Come on, boys.
it was a great game. I remember when an Oldham fan, this is the most Oldham fan thing you're ever going to hear, was yelling at his team behind me, spat everywhere, spat all over me. Do you remember that? And he was like, oh, sorry, mate, started wiping it off my coat, and I was like, what are you doing? But, yeah, fun memories in Gateshead.
Right, Henry.
It all goes down to Gateshead, boys.
Henry,
So
what's the
who's
score going to be?
Yeah, Gateshead are gonna go all the way,
Oh,
guys, and they're gonna make it to Prem. They're gonna win 2-0.
2-0.
Standard.
Gab.
Yeah, for me, Brackley Town are in 3rd position right now compared to Gateshead, who I've got the wrong table because Gateshead are outside the playoffs. So I'm going to have to go over Brackley win. I feel like Gateshead, obviously, they've got a lot of financial issues. They're actually going to be in the National League this season, but they got put down in the league because of financial issues. I feel like Brackley are going to want it more. They've got the 2nd top scorer in the league with Endelovu. Have you got it? I don't know.
Why are you looking at me?
They've got the 2nd top scorer in the league behind Adam Marriott, and I think with that they're going to come out for 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I've also gone for 2-0 to Bracken.
So,
It'd be York City against either Altrincham or Chester. Of course, York moving into a new stadium next season, along with Boston actually, which is quite strange. But a lot of hate coming towards their stadium because they've changed the colours from red to red, yellow, blue, green, which is a bit strange.
Oh no.
Yeah,
right
obviously,
then.
yeah.
So, Henry, yours is York City against Altrincham?
Altrincham is
Yeah,
Altrincham.
they're gonna win 22 to 18, and then they're also going to win just a standard 1-0. To be honest, yeah.
To who?
Altrincham.
right,
Altrincham.
Gab, you put Altrincham to win as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for York win. York were actually top of the league until the points per game ratio came in, so I think with that, they're going to have the extra motif to come out and actually get a result. So, result. So I'm going to go for 3-0 York.
I am going to go for 2-1 to York.
Next game will be Boston United against either Brackley Town or Gateshead.
Okay, thank you for letting me get in my opinion.
That's right, mate.
What is it? It's Boston.
Boston against Gateshead or Brackley, of course. We did the recent podcast with Richard Borjak, if you pronounce that right. And we might have another one coming out pretty soon, but we can't actually say anything about that not until we know for definite with
Hopefully, I'll get an invite.
Boston United manager or player.
We haven't got a clue, to be honest
We'll
with
have to
you.
wait and see, but have it all out soon, hopefully. What? I actually was thinking about him, but he don't play for him anymore. He's joined Ossett. Yeah, recently.
Anyway.
I've got Brackley against Boston.
Yeah.
I'm back in Boston, so I'm going to have to go with 2-0 Boston. I can't say out like the club.
Henry.
I don't know anything about them, mate. Boston, where are they?
Boston
They finished third.
This could be wrong, but yeah, they must be third then.
Okay. 2-0. Yeah, go on.
To Boston.
Is that
Yeah,
is
to
that back in
Boston.
Gateshead? That's Gateshead out.
Oh, no. Gateshead are going to win 15.
Oh my days.
15-0 to Gateshead. And I am going to stick with some loyalty. I'm going to agree with Gab. I'm going to go for
2-0 to Boston. Which therefore means
Up the Pilgrims.
the final for Henry is... Oh my days.
Gateshead.
Altrincham versus Gateshead.
What's a final?
What?
For
Final?
Gab.
In Wembley?
For Gab, it
Class.
is York
There's Boston.
versus Boston. And for me, it is also York versus
See,
Boston.
great minds think alike.
Boring.
Henry, who's going to win your final? Gateshead, we know that, but what score?
Gateshead, the boys, they're going to win 2-0.
Gab.
I'm going to go about Boston. I'm going to have to go over 1-0 Boston. I think it'll be a really close game though.
So do I. I'm going to say it's going to be 2-1 Boston. I do. Boston are actually quite a decent team when you look at them on paper.
Yeah.
So I can see them progressing.
Of course, then moving on to the top league, the National League, the gateway between the EFL and non-league football. If you can call it non-league football, because it's a lot better than the EFL at times.
How dare you?
It fully is. Would you rather watch Morecambe or would you rather watch
You're only
Harrogate
you're
Town?
only saying it because Bradford are going to be there. So.
Harrogate? But yeah,
Win
first
my
game is
Womper game.
Boreham Wood. Win my Womper game. Boreham Wood versus Halifax Town.
Oh, mate, the Halifax boys are going to win.
This is who he's backing now. I'm going back in Boreham Wood. I'm going to have to go for a 2-0 win. They've got Kabongo Chimanga up top. He's a Congo striker, 22 years old. He's got
I wish the best for him.
He got 24 goals in 42 appearances last season for Oxford City. The reason I know this is because I was actually writing an article about him literally an hour before I came here.
Please come to Huddersfield.
But yeah, he's got some like 20 goals. I think he's the third top scorer behind, I don't know who's ahead of him. But he's the third top scorer in the National League right now, and for that, Halifax don't have anyone in that capacity. They've just lost Devante Rodney to Port Vale. So with that, I'm going to go for 2-0 Boreham Wood.
Yep. Get Henry.
I said that Halifax is going to win.
Yeah, what score?
2-0.
Your hair's growing back quick.
Thank you.
I'm going to agree with Henry for a change.
It's not the time.
I think Halifax are going to win. I've got to back Halifax because I know people who support Halifax.
Didn't even see
So-
Everyone involved, by the way.
Next fixture.
Yeovil Town against Barnet. What game?
Two former EFL sides.
Yeah, two former EFL sides. Thank you for that, Jack, for your input. But
You made him sound like it was a
Henry, score.
I like Barnet. I think they're going to win. They're going to win against
What
Yeovil.
score though?
4-0.
I
But-
bet they're just as bad as your Barnet.
Brilliant.
oh, I like that.
That's alright.
Barnet were actually 11th in the league for points per game came in, and it pushed them all the way up to 7th, by the way. So they're actually not a terrific team. Well, they're not a great team, being honest.
Who's Barnet?
Yeah,
Shut
I'm looking at you, just they're going to win 4-0.
They're going to win.
But obviously they're there against the Yeovil Town. They've had a good season. They're in 4th position, looking to bounce straight back since coming down from the EFL. With that, I'm going to have to go 2-0 Yeovil. I think Barnet are out of depth in the playoffs.
I'm going to agree with Gab. I think it's going to be 3-0 Yeovil though. 3-0. I wrote 3-1. 3-0.
Next game could be a big derby. I think, well, not big, but Harrogate Town against either Boreham Wood or Halifax Town. Of course, these two predicted Halifax, I predicted Boreham Wood, so it wouldn't necessarily be a derby in my eyes, but for these two, it would probably be a derby.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it?
Gab,
God.
starting off with you.
Boreham Wood against Harrogate. I'm again backing Boreham Wood throughout the entire way. I'm going to have to go with 1-0 Boreham Wood. Harrogate are a good team, don't get me wrong, and they've had a great season under the manager. Fun fact for Harrogate, their manager, Simon Weaver, actually managed him for like 5 years, and then basically the club was going to go under, but he went to his dad, and his dad took over the club. So if he ever gets sacked, it's his dad sacking him. It's like Steve sacking me from Berlin.
Not surprised.
But
He's awful.
yeah, I'm going to have to go 1-0 Boreham Wood.
Why would Steve sack you from Berlin?
No, it's that's the case with
Oh, that's like time to bring up these a gaffer again.
Henry, Harrogate against Halifax.
Oh, Halifax up the boys. They're gonna win. They're gonna win 3-0. 3-2 actually.
3-2.
Yeah.
3-2. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna back Halifax, but I'm gonna say Halifax.
Sorry guys.
That's sick.
Sykes had a bit of an orgasm
2-0 Halifax. Next result.
Notts County, probably the biggest team in this, against either Yeovil or Barnet. What are you laughing at? Notts County, obviously, it was sad when they came down. They had like over 100 years of experience in the EFL, so I am hopeful that they go back up.
Score.
You don't seem very confident.
No, I'm not. I'm going to go with, who are they playing for me? Yeovil?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the 1-0 Yeovil. Notts County are very stale.
Henry, you predicted Barnet. So who's going to win, Barnet or Notts County, and let's go?
Notts County, you're going to win 5-3.
Bloody hell.
Notts County.
I'm hoping for a good run here, boys.
Mine's against Yeovil, innit? I think Notts County will win against Yeovil. I'm going to go for 2-1. I love how none of us predict anything to go to penalties.
Don't
So,
because I'm enthusiastic for a good.
That means
run.
Henry's final is Halifax Town versus Notts County.
What a game.
Gab's
What a
final
game.
is whoever BWR
Bournemouth.
against Yeovil Town.
Bournemouth versus Yeovil.
My final is Halifax Town
Against.
versus. Sorry, I just that's right. Halifax against Notts County.
Terrific.
So, right,
Yeah.
Henry, your final. Who's gonna win?
Our final. God.
Oh my God, we've got the same final.
Halifax is all of us. Halifax are amazing. They're going to win. They're going to take it. They're going to go up to Premier League and probably bottle
I
it.
would like to see Halifax in the EFL, to be fair.
I don't need a club history, Henry. I just need a score.
It's the future, pal.
Score.
It's well, the future is also that Halifax are going to win 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Gab, who's gonna win your final?
Getting back in Bournemouth and got to go 3-0 Bournemouth. They lost in the playoff final, I think, 4 years ago to Tranmere Rovers, and they're going to be wanting to get back. So they've got the youngest manager in the non-league. Not non-league, in National League.
How was it?
33-year-old, Luke Garrard. Garrard?
Pretty old.
Good looking lad. I got a picture of him actually, he's very good looking.
And I am gonna predict Notts County to go
He's
up.
single.
Actually,
He's
I think
single.
not-
I'm not gay.
I think
What's
Notts
wrong with
County. I think Notts County are gonna win 1-0 against Halifax Town. So that's all our predictions done.
Yeah, don't take anything we said too serious because obviously we have no idea about the non-league.
We haven't got a clue what we're on about.
That's going to bring this week's episode of the Benchwarmers podcast to a close. As usual, I'd like to thank my co-host Josh Sykes.
Cheers for having me on again, Gab.
At least you did it right this time. And also like to thank my co-host Henry Charlton.
Thanks.
It's been a while since Henry came on, but hopefully she'll be starting to get back into more episodes.
If
in
you
the
keep
future.
inviting me,
Let us know if you want Henry to come back.
please.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
Please, please, guys.
But yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find these episodes now on Anchor, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We'll start getting back to posting them on there. And yeah, we'll see you all next week.
Stay safe. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack. I forgot again. Thank you, Jack, for being the another guy behind the camera. We'll also leave a link in the description to all his music. It's
Prod.
mediocre to say the least. So yeah, see you next week.